Good evening and welcome to Bharat News on Bharat TV. My name is Shajiv Jagannathan and here are tonight's top headlines. The Secret Service shoots a man near the White House in an armed confrontation. President Donald Trump hints at increasing tariffs on Mexico and Canada, stating that the U.S. has been exploited for years, and Vice President JD Vance recounts a tense encounter with pro-Ukrainian protesters after the Trump administration cuts funding and intelligence sharing with Kyiv. A major investigation reveals fraudulent small business loans issued to minors during the COVID-19 pandemic, while a Hindu temple in California is vandalized in a hate crime. In India, the nation celebrates winning the Champions Trophy after a thrilling final against New Zealand, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi visits AIIMS to check on Vice President Jagdeep Dhankhar, who is hospitalized with chest pain. Kerala faces an escalating drug crisis, with authorities warning that the problem has surpassed even Punjab. And in Jammu and Kashmir, opposition leaders question a land allotment to former Sri Lankan cricketer Muthaiya Muralidharan. And internationally, Liberal Party in Canada prepares to elect a new leader, with former Goldman Sachs executive Mark Carney emerging as a frontrunner to replace Justin Trudeau. So let's dive right into tonight's details. A man was shot dead by the Secret Service in an armed confrontation near the White House early on Sunday. The incident occurred just after midnight near the Eisenhower Executive Office building, a block away from the White House. The authorities had earlier received reports about a suicidal individual traveling from Indiana to Washington, D.C., and when officers approached the suspect's parked car, he brandished a firearm, leading to an exchange of gunfire. The man was rushed to a hospital and his current condition remains unknown. The Secret Service has launched an internal investigation into the shooting. President Donald Trump suggested that tariffs on Mexico and Canada could increase in the future. Speaking on Fox News' Sunday Morning Futures, Trump argued that globalists have exploited the U.S. for many years. He stated that tariffs were necessary to recover money taken from the country through unfair trade deals. Trump's remarks come amid ongoing economic tensions with both neighboring countries, and business leaders have expressed concerns over the uncertainty surrounding future tariffs. Trump maintained that his administration would prioritize American interests over globalist policies, and economic analysts have warned that increase of tariffs could lead to trade disruptions. Vice President JD Vance was confronted by pro-Ukraine protesters while walking with his 3-year-old daughter. The demonstrators chanted "Slava Ukraini," causing distress to his child. Now, Vance later engaged in a brief discussion with the protesters, urging them to leave his daughter alone. The confrontation comes after the Trump administration cut funding and intelligence sharing with Ukraine. Tensions between the U.S. and Ukraine have risen following a heated Oval Office exchange between President Trump and President Zelensky. Vance criticized protesters for targeting a young child during a political demonstration, and the incident highlights growing divisions over U.S. foreign policy toward Ukraine. The Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, has uncovered widespread fraud in COVID-19 small business loans. An investigation found that nearly 5,600 loans totaling $312 million were granted to children under 11 years old. The loans were issued in 2020 and 2021 during the height of the pandemic. Now, it remains unclear how the funds were used, as many recipients had no business records. And DOGE, led by Elon Musk, has been aggressively investigating government waste and corruption. Officials have vowed to take legal action against those responsible, and the scandal raises questions about oversight in federal loan programs. The Baptist Sri Swaminarayan Temple in Chino Hills, California was defaced with anti-India graffiti over the weekend. Now, this attack comes less than 5 months after a similar incident at another Hindu temple in the state. The Indian government strongly condemned the vandalism, calling for strict action against the perpetrators, and the BAPS officials said the Hindu community remains committed to promoting peace and unity. Local law enforcement agencies have launched an investigation into the hate crime, and community leaders are urging authorities to increase security at places of worship. The attack has reignited concerns about rising anti-India sentiment in the United States. Moving on to Indian news, India claimed its third championship trophy title, defeating New Zealand by 4 wickets in a tense final at the Dubai International Cricket Stadium. Chasing a 252 run, India got off to a very strong start, with Rohit Sharma smashing a 41-ball century. Despite quick dismissals of Shubham Gill and Virat Kohli, steady partnerships between Shreyas Iyer, Akshar Patel, KL Rahul, and Hardik Pandya kept India in control. Ravindra Jadeja sealed the victory in a penultimate over, guiding India to their first Champions Trophy win since 2013. With this triumph, India surpasses Australia to become the most successful team in the tournament's history. And the victory also extends India's dominance in ICC events, following last year's T20 World Cup win. Nationwide celebrations erupted, with Prime Minister Modi and cricket legends praising the team's resilience. New Zealand, despite putting up a competitive total, fell short in another ICC final when Rohit Sharma dedicated the win to India's fans, calling it a special moment for the team. India will now shift its focus to the upcoming international fixtures, aiming to build on its white ball success. Prime Minister Narendra Modi visited AIIMS hospital to check on Vice President Jagdeep Dhankhar, who was admitted with chest pain. Modi expressed his well wishes and prayed for a speedy recovery. Dhankhar was taken to the critical care unit early on Sunday morning after experiencing discomfort, and doctors have reported that his condition is stable, but continue to monitor him closely. The 73-year-old leader is being treated under the supervision of senior cardiologists, and political leaders across party lines have extended their prayers for his health. The Vice President's office has yet to release an official statement on this condition. Kerala is witnessing an unprecedented rise in drug-related violence, sparking nationwide concern, as officials warn that the state's drug problem is now worse than Punjab's, and the number of narcotics-related cases have skyrocketed, with 24,517 reported last year alone. Shocking incidents include violent crimes linked to substance abuse, including murders and even sexual assaults. The Kerala High Court Justice V.G. Arun recently called for immediate action, stating that the crisis had infiltrated schools. Now, law enforcement agencies are stepping up crackdowns on drug networks, and public health experts have urged authorities to implement large-scale rehabilitation programs. Opposition leaders in Jammu and Kashmir have raised concerns over a land allotment to former Sri Lankan cricketer Muthaiya Muralidharan. Reports suggest that Muralidharan's company, Saron Beverages, received 25.75 acres in the Kathua district for a bottling plant. Now, critics have argued that the land was given free of cost, prompting demands for an investigation. The CPIM leader, M.Y. Tarigami, called for transparency in the deal. And Congress leader G.A. Mir described the land allotment as serious and urged a government response. The administration has not yet commented on the controversy, while political tensions continue to mount over the issue. Canada's Liberal Party is set to elect its new leader, with Mark Carney emerging as the frontrunner to replace Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. Carney, a former Goldman Sachs executive and ex-governor of the Bank of Canada, is widely trusted on economic issues. Now, he has been vocal critic of President Donald Trump, once comparing him to the Harry Potter villain of Voldemort. And polls show that Carney is the most favored candidate to hold U.S.-Canada relations. If elected, he will have to decide whether to call an early federal election, and his leadership is expected to reshape Canada's political landscape. Now that concludes today's news on Bharat TV, and for more updates on these stories and others, visit our website or follow us on social media. My name is Shujib Jagannathan, and I will see you next time.